Hi, my name is Karan Behl. I am the founder and chief happiness officer at Happitude. I am from the happiness committee from Mumbai chapter. Okay, so my topic is happiness lead to success. Well, when for the first time I came across this term, in a positive psychology, and about 10 years back, I came across this, I somehow felt cheated. I felt cheated because I thought, why everybody around me has always been telling me that it's success that will give me happiness. When I was in the school, they said, okay, get good marks, you go into the college, you'll be happy. I did that. And they said, go to college and you get a good job, you'll be happy. I got the job. Then they said, get married. I got married also. You know how many happy people you know who are married? So yeah, the world has been always telling me, do this, do that. There's always a benchmark. There's a next milestone which they have set. And they said, this is the formula of success. The moment you reach there, you'll get happiness. But we have questioned this idea over the last 10 years. This is something which needs to be questioned. And it's very easy to accept what has been told, but it's very difficult to question. So before we question, why do we need to question? Let me just show you something. If you are with me, wherever you're watching this video, can I request you to participate with me just for 2 seconds? Just for a couple of minutes, it's fine. You can just do this with me. Can I request you to please spread your arms? Yes, wherever you are, I don't know where you're watching this move. Just spread your arms and try to look up. If you can't do it now, you can do it later, but you must do it. Spread your arms, look up, and try to be sad. Now bring your arms closer and look down and try to be sad. Tell me which one is easier. When you open yourself, when you expand yourself, is it easier to be sad, or when you bring yourself closer, you shrink yourself, which one is easier to be unhappy and sad? Well, when we see in life, whenever we are happy, we want to do more things. We take up more projects. We speak to strangers. We can try new things. We go to new places. But whenever we are sad or unhappy, we don't want to do anything. We even don't want to get up from our bed. We don't want to talk to too many people. In fact, we just want to be in our shell. Unhappiness makes us shrink our life, whereas happiness expand our life. So we at Happitude, we always say we don't really care about happiness. Yeah, it can be paradoxical because 10 years we are working in this space, we are giving a life into it, and we say we don't care about happiness. We don't care about happiness, but we definitely care about who we become when we are happier. We become a little better person. Maybe somebody come and say something mean. We don't mind that day when we are joyful. But when we are in our own, negative emotion, unpleasant emotion, we are dealing with our own, challenges. Somebody don't even say, just look at it in a different way. And we just feel so bad about it. So this is why the topic is very, very important, that, it's happiness that lead to success and the importance of a happy mind. What is the importance of a happy mind? Now, what I'm telling you, is this not obvious? A lot of people, when I go and talk about it, it's like it's something that they already know. So what do we do? Do we teach people how to be happy? Shall we teach them how to stay happy? No, we don't do that either. That's a hopeless job. Because we can never teach anyone to be happy. We can only teach them when they don't know something. The only thing is there's a realization people have when they were little kids. When we are little kids, say 5 years or 7 years of age, we were happy and joyful. Somebody had to make us unhappy. Yes. Today we are 25, 30, 40 years of age. Somebody had to do something to make us happy. People get into a relationship thinking that my relationship will give me happiness. The funny part is the other person is also getting into the relationship thinking that the relationship will give me happiness. Now, I don't have it. I want to suck out happiness from you. You don't have it. You want to extract it from me. And even the funnier thing is, two beggars are begging from each other. What if you're happy and joyful by your own nature? Now, will it not be easy for you to give that in the relationship? Will you not have a great relationship if you're happier? Then similarly, the same thing happens to our career also. Okay, let's say you go to office, you are working in an office, and there are about 10 to 12 people who work for you under in your team. One day, you have some very important thing to attend at home, and you're about to leave your office. And just that you realize, oh, you have something very important to finish, which you forgot completely. Now you don't have the time to do it yourself. Yeah, you go out, you look around. You see one of your colleagues who's always joyful and happy, Yes, and never complains about something, no matter how much pressure or deadlines or everything he or she has to follow. Now, you look at that person and you look around and there's another person. This person, always complaining, always stressed, always worried, always anxious. For this extra task, tell me which one would you like to approach? The happier one or the one who's always stressed out? Well, the answer normally we get is the happier person. We give more work. Well, just stay with this answer. I'll give you one more example. Let's say you're taking a walk in a garden, and in that garden, you look around and you see there's a happy child who's just playing with the mud very joyfully. You know how these little kids play? Yeah, very joyfully is busy playing with the mud. You look around, you look at the child, you see that if there is anyone around, there's no one. Now you look on your extreme right and you see there's another child who seemed to be little disturbed, little unhappy. Now, which one you will approach first? The happier child or the sad one? Well, usually the answer I get is the sad one, because if the child is sad, this is very natural for a human being to go and approach and ask, what is the matter? Is there anything I can do for you? Well, keeping these two answers, again, if you look at these answers, you will see who got the attention, the happier one or the unhappier one. Yes, the unhappier got your attention, but who got to work more? The happy employee or the unhappy employee? The unhappy can actually skip away some extra tasks because I'm already stressed out. Don't want to stress me more. Somebody is joyful. Okay, why don't you stay in office for a couple of more hours? That's okay. You don't get appreciation for your work also because you're anyways happy. Why do you need appreciation? So what is this new person learning? Maybe especially if it's a new joinee. What is he or she is learning? They're learning that if I show my happy face here, I need to get work more. I need to stay longer. So slowly with time, that person also become part of that culture. That telling everybody that I'm stressed out. Now, working in an environment where everyone is stressed out and you're not, you'll feel as if I'm some odd man out. You want to tell that I am also stressed out. So this is how people are just playing, and this is not at the corporates. This is since childhood. Even as a parent, your child get more attention when he or she is throwing tantrums or when he or she is not well. But when your child is doing fine, in India, what we say? When somebody is laughing too much, we say, oh, don't laugh so much. You'll have to cry later. We don't even allow our kids to laugh. At the workplace, I go and, when we do our workshop, I find that people don't know how to laugh also. The laugh is so much, in installments. They just laugh this much and they say, oh, I just have to smile. People don't know how to laugh. I'm sure you already know that if you suppress your negative emotion, what happens inside of you? It becomes psychosomatic diseases. You have all the diseases, 90% of the diseases in the world are psychosomatic, which are suppression of your negative emotion. But you know what happens when you start suppressing your positive emotion? What happens when you want to laugh, but you can't laugh? The same laughter becomes frustration in your life. You start feeling frustrated because you can't even laugh. I travel and deliver this program for many global audiences, mix of people from different culture, different religions. And every time we have some activity where somebody needs to dance. Our Indian friends, they just want to hide. They don't want to dance. Because somehow we have just put ourselves in a place where, dancing and laughing and these things are not, part of our system, because we feel as if I do that, people will not take me seriously. It's better to just be someone stressed out, anxious and worried, rather than being someone which no one takes seriously. We want people to take us seriously. And probably that's why we're falling sick quite often. Now, do we really want people to take us seriously? Or do we really want to be joyful and get our work done? So this is the whole journey that, as at Happitude is what we teach. This is not a journey of head only. When you talk about happiness today across the globe, people are talking about research, people are talking about frameworks, method. Yes, we have that. We talk about that. But we also talk about something which heart wants. What do heart want? Heart is not interested in the data. Heart is not interested in the research. Heart is only interested in the stories, in love, in compassion, in gratitude. At Happitude, we follow this approach of head and heart approach. Something that touches your heart, but you can use it with your head. Today, if we want to take either of the approach, we are not going to be successful in life. So why the importance of a happy mind? Happy mind is not something which is only about laughing, smiling, and dancing. I think beer can do that better. So you don't need anything else. Yeah? But it can't sustain. So the 3 levels of happiness. The level 1 of happiness is a pleasure level happiness. When you have this positive emotion, which you can simply go and buy from the market. Because when we were little kids, We came up with some problem. Our parents didn't know how to deal with it. You know how they dealt with that? They gave us a chocolate. If you're unhappy, go grab an ice cream. Now, when we grow up, oh, we just don't want ice cream. We want something more. So we go and grab maybe beer. We go for shopping. We go and travel around the world. We go and eat at the fine dining restaurants. Why? Thinking that this will give me happiness. Yet it gives you happiness. But the happiness, what you think, is not happiness. It's positive emotions is what you get. When I ask people, what do you think what happiness is? People use many different words like, it's peace, content, calm. Is it only happiness, or what sound logically correct to you? That these feelings are happiness, or these are expressions of happiness? Happiness is something, and when it's expressed through these emotions, we look at the expression, we think this is happiness. So it's like when I'm showing with my finger, I'm looking at the moon, and I'm showing this is the moon. You're looking at my finger, you're thinking this is the moon. No, this is not the moon. This is pointing towards the moon. So these emotions are pointing towards happiness. But is happiness only about positive emotions? No, if this is so, then why compassion is part of each and every happiness project we do? There's no happiness work which is completed without talking about compassion. Then is compassion a happy feeling? No, you are making somebody else's pain as your own pain. This is not about happiness. This is about seeing someone in pain, feeling that pain in your heart. Because if, as human being, we can't feel this pain in our heart and we can't allow ourselves to be sad, we are not even human beings. Forget about being happy. So happiness is a combination. It's something which is beyond. People who run marathons, they don't get this positive emotion. They have all the negative emotion when they're running the marathon. Yeah, maybe if you're running a half marathon, after 14, 15 kilometers, you want to give up. Your body is tired. Everything is exhausted. But somehow when you achieve that, you feel you're happier. Yes. If that is so, then happiness is not just about positive emotions. Happiness can also come when you help your friend packing up his stuff when he or she is leaving town. You put all the hard work, but you don't get happiness. You get all the negative emotions. That's also part of happiness. So what are we trying to say? What is happiness about? Well, if we try to understand with our mind, with our talks, it's very confusing. Probably that's why from last 10 years, we still feel we are still seekers. Yes, we have frameworks, we have models, but this whole idea of happiness is incomplete if you don't experience it in your heart. And the moment you experience it in your heart, all the words, theories, research, everything start to make sense. So how do you feel this in your heart? Well, there's one practice that we have at Happitude, which I'm going to offer it to you as a tool. And that is the practice of gratitude. Gratitude is very important for our happiness. We all know that how when we are grateful for our life, for people around, for everything, how happier we feel as human beings, how great connections we form with other human beings. Now, gratitude, what we have been trained into, is a gratitude for things, for people, for situation, for results. But the gratitude which we talk at Happitude is something which is beyond that. As human beings, sit here and can you be grateful for somebody for no reason? No, it's easier to be grateful because you did something for me. What if you don't do that for me? I'll not be grateful. So now I'm making my gratitude is about others. My gratitude is not about me, it's about others. So gratitude without reason is a practice which is not about others. It's only about me. Can I bring that gratitude in my heart and cultivate it? Nurture it in my heart. This is a practice of gratitude for no reason. And this is one part of the whole, experience. The second part of the experience is, can we express our gratitude without words? Have you ever experienced when you see maybe a beautiful sunrise, or you hold a baby for the very first time in your hand? How do you feel? Do you find words to explain your feeling? Gratitude is that overwhelming feeling. When you nurture it in your heart, you don't find words to express it. So what if your gratitude is without words? Gratitude is about when we say thank you, you did something for me, I say thank you, transaction is over. I don't owe you anything. I just said thank you. Now, if I keep on nurturing gratitude in my heart, what will happen? It will show up not just in my talks, in my thoughts, in my emotion, it will show up in my presence. Have you met people when they walk into a room, every face lit up? And have you met those people when they walk out of a room, every face lit up? What kind of person are you? when you walk in, people feel happy, or when you walk out, people feel happy. It all tells you what you are nurturing in your heart. If you're nurturing hatred, if you're nurturing, grudge, if you're nurturing all these negative emotions, regret in your heart, in your presence, it will show up. No matter how well you are dressed, what beautiful makeup you're putting on, what perfume you're using. If you go somewhere, people will feel it in your presence. Something not okay. They may not be able to articulate it, but they'll feel it in your presence. But if I hold gratitude in my heart without expressing it to you, because it's not just for you, my gratitude is about me being here alive today, and I nurture it in my heart, don't you think you can feel it in my presence? Just for 10 seconds, if you practice this with me right now, I'm sure you'll experience something. Whatever you're doing currently, wherever you are, can you just take a pause and just let your heart express gratitude for no reason? When you try to do that, you will see that slowly in your presence. Well, maybe your makeup budget will come down. Yeah, you'll start glowing. It shows up in your face, because the moment you actually start, nurturing gratitude in your heart, love and compassion also start coming out of your heart. It start growing in your heart. People whose presence is filled with gratitude, love, and compassion, wherever they go, what do they create? They create great relationship. If you go somewhere, go to a party, you want to be someone who's happy and joyful. You don't want to be somebody who's always sulking, right? Now, that does not mean that, somebody who's experiencing negative emotion is bad, or somebody experiencing positive emotion is good. The idea is what we have inside, we always give this to the world. If I am an angry person, you come and meet me, I'll make sure that you get a taste of my anger. If I'm a happy person, I don't want to share it with you. What will you still get in my presence? Happiness. So this is the importance of happy mind. And this is how happiness actually lead to success. Because somehow opportunities open up, people open up, life open up to you. And when everything open up to you, then it becomes little more effortless process. This being effortless is one of the very important value we have at Happitude. Because if there is effort in what I'm doing, it means I'm not aligned with that. If it's not effortless, it's not worth doing. You need to question that. Why am I doing it? Yeah. In that effortlessness, you'll see there's a joy, there's happiness in that. Well, so I like to conclude this by letting you know that at Happitude we offer many such courses, many such talks. We offer certified happiness coach as a program, as an offering. As a DLC member, you will get additional advantage if you want to explore more about it. So we have the certified mindfulness coach, we have workplace happiness specialist. So people who want to know more, you can reach out to us, you can contact us. So I take this moment to thank Mr. Jimmy Mistry for setting up this platform, where we can come and speak, people from different walks of life, talking about different topics from across the globe. We are all coming here with one single intention, an intention to grow as human beings. So thank you so much.